Hello everybody and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. Today I am very nervous but also very excited to do my most personal video yet, which is my coming out story. This is very, very different from any of the other movie, TV show, music, interview, any of that other kind of content that I've been putting out on my channel over the past 5 months. I wanted to do this though because number one, I feel like even if my story helps one person out there, then it's worth it. And number two, for you guys to get to know a little bit more about me personally. And I figured I would focus on the positive stuff and the funny stuff that came with my coming out story and leave all the drama behind, because it's not worth talking about, not worth thinking about, and not worth wasting my energy on. So let's focus on the positive and the fun stuff. So I came out when I was 21 years old, which is crazy to me to think that it's already been, don't tell anyone, but it's already been a decade. Can you believe that? Even though I'm 21 still, 21 right now. I was raised not really being exposed to what it meant to be gay or to any gay couples. Looking back on it, I think there was one gay couple that I knew of as a child, and it wasn't really explained to me that way. It was just they lived together, they're friends. That's as far as that went. But I came out when I was 21, and it was the most terrifying experience of my entire life. I cannot even put into words how scary it is. If you have not gone through this, I don't even know what comes close to having to experience this. Because of the fear of rejection. What will your friends think? What will your family think? Will the people that you have in your life today still be here tomorrow? It's terrifying. But I will say, when I did finally come out at the age of 21, it was like the biggest weight was lifted off my chest. And at the end of the day, the people who stuck around are the people that I am very thankful for, very appreciative of. And those are the people that you want to be surrounded with anyways. You don't want to be around people you can't be yourself with. And that was something that took me a little bit longer to learn. But I will start off by telling you about, I guess, just the funny part. And then I'll tell you about individual people. But this was a very bad idea. I do not recommend this to anyone. But I did it. So it was New Year's Eve, and I was going to a club in Pomona. I think it was called 340 with a group of my gay friends, and my New Year's resolution was to come out. At that point, I had told my very close friends and my family, and I was very tired of having to do it over and over and over again. I was like, I don't want to come out to everyone that I come across or everyone that I encounter. I just want it out in public knowledge and then just be done with it. So I got it in my head that it was a good idea to do this. Oh my gosh. Okay, there was a lot of tequila, a lot of vodka, a lot of rum involved in this. But we got to the club, and I told my friends, and no one tried to talk me out of this, by the way. No one tried to tell me this was not a good idea. I decided, while I'm at the club, I'm going to take a picture with a random guy, kissing him at midnight, post it. I guess back then it was Facebook, and then I also had Instagram and Twitter. Just post it on all my social media, right? Happy New Year. And then that's that. People will know. So in my mind, this was a great idea. Get it all over with all at once. And we went to the club. I found this guy. No clue what his name was. Honestly, no clue. I just was like, hey, this guy's cute. And I went up to him and I was like, hey, my New Year's resolution is to come out and not have to hide anymore. At midnight, do you want to take a picture with me kissing? And I'll post it on social media, and then it's done. And he said, yeah, this is a great idea. You guys, it's not a great idea. So at midnight, I forgot what song it was. I kind of feel like it was Nicki Minaj, but I'm not 100% sure. We took a picture kissing. I posted it on all my social media, and I wrote, Happy New Year, bitches. And then I put my phone, I turned it off, and I put it away. And then I went back to my friend group, and we just were taking shots left and right. There were a lot of adioses, if you guys know those drinks, the blue drinks. Oof. So then, cut to, well, there's a lot of twerking and dancing and Lots of shots. Cut to the next morning, I woke up at my friend's house. I remember this like so distinctly. I was using his Chucky doll as a pillow, and I woke up on the floor next to a bowl of pozole because I think it was his mother made us all pozole because we got home late and she knew we were all lit. I didn't eat mine that night because I just passed out. So it took me a while in the morning to like realize what I had done. And I was like, oh yeah, like I posted that picture with random guy number 8. And so I turned my phone on, and I am not exaggerating when I say I had hundreds of notifications. There were people who I had not talked to in years, people from high school, like just people who were just like, I don't even know, like just random people coming out of the woodwork trying to talk to me about it. But I was really scared when I saw all the notifications, and I was like, oh my God, how much of this is going to be hate? How much of this is going to be negative? How much of this is going to be backlash? So I was really worried to look through my phone. But the amount of, I remember there were DMs, tweets, text messages, voicemails, and almost every single message said the same thing. And this is why I know this was not a good idea. Every single person said, what is your boyfriend's name? Or how long have you and your boyfriend been together? Or you and your boyfriend are so cute. And I had to reply to everyone. This was so embarrassing, and say, I have no clue who the fuck this guy is. And I had to explain, I just wanted to come out and I thought this was a good idea. And then I realized, oh, like if I was at home and I saw this, from someone else's point of view, it looks like, oh, surprise, here's my boyfriend of 10 years. You guys, don't ever do this. And so it was really funny, but nobody said anything negative, at least with this specific outing. And it was just very funny to have this story and to warn people, a cautionary tale of what not to do when you're coming out. There are a few people that I told before this because I figured, it was important to tell my close friends, my family in person, and just get it over with, just tell them one by one. My sister, Tiffany, was one of the first people I told, and I was terrified. I don't know why I was so scared to tell her because she's like one of the most amazing, supportive people in my entire life. But it was just, you never know, you know what I mean? You never know. So I had texted my sister and I said, hey, I want to talk to you about something. Would you like to go get some lunch? And our favorite sushi place was Ichima. So we met there and we got to the table and she was like, what did you want to talk about? And I was like, oh, let's talk about it like at the end when we're getting dessert. And then, I'll tell you and then we'll go. So we ate our sushi, and at the end of the meal, she's like, so what did you want to talk about? And I could not do it. I remember my palms were sweating. My heart was pounding. My eyes were getting watery. So I don't know why, but the only thing I could think of to tell her was, I got my best friend pregnant. And she started freaking out. You could tell she was trying to keep it together, but she was like, oh my God. And she was like, okay, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. And I was like, oh, okay, good. And then I was like, oh wait, no one's pregnant though. So then I'm trying to remember exactly how it happened. But I remember on the way out, I told her, okay, so no one's pregnant, but I'm gay. And I just remember her saying like, oh, thank God. And she was so relieved that no one was pregnant because, if it was an unplanned, just like best friend type of thing. And she was just very supportive. And I could not believe all the shenanigans I pulled just to tell her when she was probably one of the easiest people to tell. Another person I told, I will not name any names, but one of my best friends, I remember I went over to her house and I was like, hey, I have something to tell you. And I was terrified to tell her because I was like, this is my best friend and I don't want to lose my best friend. And I told her, I was like, so, and there was a long pause. I was like, I'm gay. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, what? How do you know? And she's like, oh, I saw you making out with my boyfriend at a house party a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, okay, fair. So overall, I would say I am very lucky to have as many supportive people in my life as I did. Not everyone has that. Some advice I would give, if you are coming out or thinking about coming out, do it when you're ready, do it on your terms. Don't do it because you feel pressured or you feel like you have to. I would say Tell people closest to you first, like your best friend or a family member if you have that support. I would recommend not picking some random guy in a nightclub because that didn't work out so good for me, you guys. And I would just say there's going to be people out there who are either going to cut you off, not talk to you, give you some kind of story about how you're going to hell or what you're doing is wrong. But take it from me, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being yourself, and it's honestly the best feeling once you're out and you can be your true self and you don't have to hide anymore. So even if no one else wants to tell you this, I will say it is okay to be gay, and I'm proud of you. If you are someone who has a friend or a family member or someone in your life that is coming out to you, I would say the most supportive thing you could do is just listen, and honestly, just give them a hug and tell them you love them, because the amount of horror stories I've heard over the years of people who do not have that. Just something as simple as a hug, I love you, nothing's going to change between us, just reassure them, make a joke, show them this video and say don't do what this guy did. But very quickly I wanted to end this video by showing some pictures of Dave and I at LA Pride. So LA Pride happens every year in West Hollywood. It is one of my favorite events to go to. I covered it the first time ever when I covered it for the school newspaper. I was the lifestyle editor of my college newspaper, and I covered it with my friend, and it was so much fun. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. This is an event for everybody, just to see all the love, all the support, just to see people of all different sexual orientations come together and just celebrate love and support and being there for each other. I cannot recommend going to LA Pride highly enough. It's just so fun and so emotional. To me, the most emotional part of LA Pride is during the parade. There are parents and they hold up signs and they say, I'm proud of my gay son, or I'm proud of my lesbian daughter, or I'm proud of my transgender son. I've even seen grandparents say, like, I'm proud of my transgender grandchild. It's just very emotional, very sweet to see all that outpour of support. Oh my God, my voice cracked. No one's gonna cry. No one's crying, you guys. This is a happy video, just a celebration. This is David and I at the end of the event. You can tell it's towards the end of the day because I am very sunburnt. But I love going to LA Pride, and I would recommend it no matter how you identify. If you're an ally, this is the perfect place to show your support and to go with your friends and show up for them and be there for them, because you might be the only support that they have. No one's crying, you guys. So I just wanted to tell you guys my coming out story, and hopefully this helps, and hopefully you learn not to pick some random guy at a nightclub, you guys. And also don't trick your family into thinking you got someone pregnant. And no matter what, it's gonna be okay. And if it's not okay in the moment, look at me, 10 years, don't tell anyone, you guys, don't tell anyone, it's been a decade. But 10 years later, and I live with my boyfriend, and our puppy, and all the people who are in my life. I'm super, no one's crying, super appreciative of. And I honestly am telling you the truth when I say this. Like, the first memory I have of wanting to come out and be myself, I was in Las Vegas with my family, and I was not out at the time. I want to say I was in like high school, and I saw a gay couple. I've never told this story. I saw a gay couple holding hands. They were coming out of a liquor store, and in my mind I was like, oh my God, that will never be me. And now it is. And yes, I would just say, do it on your own terms, do it when you're ready, and just know that it's going to be okay, and that even if no one else supports you, I do. Thank you guys for taking the time to check out this video. I know it's super different from what I normally do, but I feel like it's really important, and even if one person out there is helped by this. They're coming. It's lit, you guys. It's lit. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to check out this video. I know it's completely different, but I appreciate you guys, and if this video helped you, I'm very happy. Anyways, yes. I'll see you guys again soon. Have a good day. Bye.